Welcome to Doing Life Deliberately, where we give you tools and equip you to live life prayerfully, passionately, and purposefully. My name is Trisha, and this series is all about questions on homeschool curriculum. In this series, I will give you tools to find out where to obtain your state's homeschool requirements, where and how to find the best homeschool curriculum, and give you curriculum reviews. If you're new to Doing Life Deliberately, please hit the subscribe button below, and you'll be alerted every time a new video comes out. Also, if you like what you see here, please give us a thumbs up and share us with your friends. Today's video is all about how to find your state's homeschool requirements and laws. If you are new to homeschool, this can be a particularly daunting area of getting started. How do you know where to go to find out what you're supposed to do in order to fulfill the law in your state? Well, that's what I'm going to do for you today, is let you know. I'm going to give you 3 different tools to give you kind of a brief overview of what your state's requirements are. I'll take you to a website where you can find very in-depth overview of what your state's homeschool requirements are. And then I'm going to take you to my state's Department of Public Instruction website, where I would fill out information to get registered with the state in order to homeschool our children. Okay, so the first website that I'm taking you to is Publica, Journalism in the Public Interest. And this article is actually a few years old now. It was written August 27th, 2015. But what I like about it is that it gives you an idea of the regulations by state at a glance. It's just very easy to find. So they have different color codes here, but basically they're giving information on the state, notification, parent education minimums, criminal bans, state mandated subject, assessment requirements, vaccination requirements. So if you're just looking for very brief, simple understanding of what a state's requirements are related to those things, this website is a great, concise place to go. Now, if you're looking for more updated, in-depth information about homeschool, then this is the website that I recommend to you. HSLDA, it's Homeschool Legal Defense Association. And this website is fantastic for a lot of different reasons. And I'm going to point out a few before we get into the homeschool laws. But this website is great because it will give you tips on how to get started with homeschooling. It will let you know what the benefits are to being a member of HSLDA. And HSLDA is a Christian organization that works to defend and advocate homeschooling families. So if you were ever to come to the point of being in a legal battle or having to fight for your rights to home educate your children, this is the association that you want to tap into. And there's all kinds of different benefits to being a part of their organization. Another thing that I would point out to you is support groups. If you click here where it says support groups, you can find homeschool groups that are near you. A lot of different organizations will give their information here. And so you can just say, find a group in my area. We'll click on that. And then you can go by state. And then when you get to your state, then it'll break up by county. And you can see if any homeschool groups have registered with HSLDA, and you can get connected. There's also some national organizations that they list here. And so these are just great resources for you, especially if you're new to homeschooling. But even if you're not new to homeschooling, if you're just looking for a way to pour into your kids in a different way than you have been, then again, you're going to find some great groups in here. So let's go back home, and I'm going to point out this area here, homeschool laws in your state. So I'm going to click Find My State. And then you can see how they have kind of divided up the states. States requiring no notice, states with low regulation are the light yellow. Dark yellow is states with moderate regulation, and red is states with high regulation. And then they give information about different territories of the United States. So what I'm going to do is I'll take you to mine. I'm from Wisconsin. So I'm going to click on Wisconsin here. I'm just going to X that. And you can see it'll bring up Wisconsin and it'll say Wisconsin compulsory school age attendance. So it's going to tell me how old the kids have to be in order to go to school. What's the minimum age requirement? In my state, it happens to be 6-year-olds are required. 5-year-olds are not. But they are also required to go to school until they're 18. So that varies from state to state, and that's something that you want to know. They'll give you information on how to withdraw your child from his or her current school if you already have them enrolled in public or private school. And then it'll tell you how to comply with Wisconsin's homeschool law, how to keep records. So there's just fantastic information. And if I want to go more in depth on any of that, I'm just going to click. What does it mean, file an annual report? Well, this tells me that I need to file a report with the Department of Public Instruction. Wisconsin is very light in their observation of homeschooling families, and basically you just have to register with the Department of Public Instruction and keep track of your hours, and that's it. But other states require that you take different annual tests, or that mom or dad has a certain amount of teaching training. It just varies from state to state. So again, we can go back here and let's see, I'll click on New York here because New York happens to be a state where there's quite a bit of regulation. New York, here we go. And it says children must attend school or comply with homeschool laws starting in the school year in which they turn 6 or before December 1st. It tells you how to withdraw a child from school if that's what you need to do, and how to comply with New York's homeschool law. You have to submit a notice of intent to the district superintendent by July 1st annually or within 14 days of establishing your new homeschool program during the school year. It says HSLDA has a notice of intent form that you can use for their members. So you'd want to sign up for that. Submit an individualized home instruction plan. So it looks like you have to kind of have a plan for the year of what you're going to study and how much and all that. Comply with their requirements for what they learn and how many hours. You have to file quarterly reports and assess your child annually. So there's different standardized tests that they have to take. So again, it's hslda.org, and I will put the link to this website in the description box below. But this is an amazing resource for homeschooling families, and I highly commend it to you to find out what is required in your state. So this website is the Wisconsin Department of Public Instruction, and this is the website that I have to go to annually in the fall to register my children for homeschool in the state of Wisconsin. It's a very simple form. I would just click this button here and fill out some information. Click here to begin. And I would put in my email or ID and password. And again, it's just very simple. You basically are filling out your children's names, what grade that they're in. It's very simple. And at the end of it, they email you a copy and tell you to keep a copy of it at home. That's proof that you are homeschooling. And that's about it. That's all it is in the state of Wisconsin. We're very blessed that it's so simple. So that's pretty much it for finding your state's homeschool regulations. You can Google it, you can put in your state homeschool regulations, and I'm sure something will come up. But if you're looking to make the search quick and efficient, go to that HSLDA website. I'll put the link below in the description box, and it can take you directly to what you need to do. Again, they are a legal organization, and so if you ever find yourself in a pinch, if you have questions, if you want to connect with other homeschooling families, or you're just not sure how to go about certain things in homeschool, go to that HSLDA website. There's so much great information in there. They even have information about homeschooling high schoolers and how to create a transcript and graduation materials and getting a diploma and that sort of thing. So wonderful resources on that site. I can't commend it to you highly enough. Definitely check out their organization. Well, I hope you found today's video to be helpful. I sure enjoyed spending the time with you, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Thanks for joining us.